You open your eyes each morning, and before a single muscle moves, a whisper cuts through the silence. I'm drained. Your body hasn't stirred, yet already the command is received. Chemistry floods your system, the chemistry of depletion. Your breath shortens, your spine curves, and without realizing it, that one internal declaration becomes the invisible architecture of your entire day. Now picture a different awakening. Your eyes open, and the first signal that moves through you is this: I'm alive, and I'm grateful. The external world hasn't shifted by even a millimeter, but something inside begins to reorganize. Your posture lifts. Your heartbeat finds its center. Something you can't see with your eyes starts to rise within you. Why? Because your brain doesn't make a distinction between lived experience and vividly repeated imagination. It simply follows orders. Most human beings move through their entire existence without grasping this fundamental truth. They believe they're at the mercy of what happens around them, when the real story is this: they're at the mercy of unconscious patterns they've been repeating for years. The same internal dialogue every sunrise, the same emotional weather every afternoon, the same predictable results when the sun sets. The mind operates in a closed feedback loop, and the body mirrors it with absolute fidelity. This isn't about lacking willpower or intelligence. It's about efficiency. Your brain gravitates toward the familiar, not the beneficial. It strengthens, repeats, and solidifies whatever signal you transmit most consistently, even when that signal exhausts you. That's why fatigue can arrive without physical exertion, why anxiety can surface without external cause, why restlessness can pervade even the quietest moments. Your mind isn't malfunctioning. It's been conditioned through years of unconscious instruction. But here's what shifts everything. What if that exhaustion isn't rooted in your muscles, but in your neural wiring, an electrical pattern locked into place? And what if you could dissolve that pattern using the very force that built it? Conscious thought. You don't need to flee from your mind. You need to understand its native language. Because every thought is an electrical directive. Every emotion generates a magnetic signature. Together, they construct the energetic field that manifests as your lived reality. When your thinking contradicts your feeling, when you mentally declare, "I want peace," while emotionally gripping anger, you transmit conflicting instructions to your biology. Your energy fractures, your attention scatters, and life reflects that internal static directly back to you. But when thought and emotion synchronize, when mind and heart pulse in the same rhythm, something profound unfolds. The body discovers equilibrium. The brain reconfigures itself. Energy that was once dispersed returns to you as lucidity, as serenity, as authentic power. You don't need extended meditation sessions or the pursuit of flawlessness. You only need to begin modestly. 60 seconds of interior silence each morning. A handful of intentional breaths before you respond to stimulus. A daily practice of appreciation that communicates to your nervous system. This is the identity I'm choosing. In those brief intervals, your brain initiates the rewiring process. Neural connections form fresh alliances. Old emotional imprints begin to fade. The body learns that safety doesn't exist externally. It exists within. This is the authentic science of personal transformation. You train your consciousness not through coercion, but by demonstrating a new way to experience yourself. So as you absorb these words, release the need to believe anything. Simply observe. Notice how your thoughts register as sensations in your physical form. Notice what causes expansion and what triggers contraction, because awareness itself is where all change originates. With time, this truth will become undeniable. Your reality isn't constructed by external circumstances. It's generated by the energetic frequency you continuously broadcast into those circumstances. When you think with clarity and feel with depth, your entire vibrational signature transforms, and reality has no option but to rearrange itself around that new frequency. So right now, take a single breath. Draw air slowly through your nostrils. Hold it for a brief moment. Release it through your mouth as though you're letting go of everything that weighs you down. That's all. You've just taken your first step from unconscious reaction toward conscious creation. Now the real journey begins. Welcome to the realm of the mind. Your mind isn't hostile, it isn't disordered, it's simply responsive. Each day it receives your initial instruction and executes it without question. If worry is your first transmission, it mobilizes for conflict. If peace is your opening signal, it unlocks pathways to calm. The brain never debates your directives. It doesn't verify their accuracy. Every idea you reinforce becomes a command. Every emotional state becomes a blueprint. And with unwavering loyalty, it manufactures the corresponding biochemistry. This is why certain people exist in perpetual tension without conscious awareness of it. They've been transmitting the same instruction to their brain for years. Remain vigilant, so the brain faithfully maintains a defensive posture. Most of what you experience emotionally each day isn't spontaneous, it's encoded. Your reaction to pressure, the thoughts that resurface when you're depleted, even the quality of your internal dialogue, all of it is learned repetition. You've practiced being yourself with such consistency that it's become automatic programming. And when identical thought patterns keep activating, when the same emotional chemistry keeps cycling through your physiology like an echo chamber, this is how people develop an addiction to their own stress responses. Not because they desire it, but because the body has memorized it. Your nervous system craves familiarity even when that familiarity causes suffering. It mistakes predictable discomfort for security. That's how profoundly loyalty operates within your biological systems. And so the brain continues its obedience, releasing cortisol in situations that don't warrant it, flooding your system with adrenaline for threats that exist only in imagination, maintaining muscular tension even when you're sitting in absolute silence. This doesn't indicate you're damaged. It indicates your brain is still attempting to shield you from dangers that dissolved long ago. The question becomes this: if the brain operates with such obedience, what transformation would occur if you began issuing better commands? What if instead of mentally rehearsing your fears, you started mentally rehearsing your liberation? What if instead of the statement, "I can't find calm," you offered the statement, "I'm learning how to relax"? Every fresh thought is an electrical spark. When you sustain that spark with sufficient attention, it evolves into a neural pathway, and neural pathways become your habitual state of being. This isn't mysticism, it's fundamental physics. Energy moves in the direction of focused attention. So when you begin selecting thoughts that create expansion rather than contraction, you're literally redirecting the electrical flow within your mind. This is how transformation initiates. Not through forceful effort, but through persistent, gentle redirection. Here's your first practical application. Call it the 30-second recalibration. When your mind feels fragmented, Pause exactly where you are. Draw breath slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath gently for a count of 2. Release it through your mouth as though extinguishing a flame for a count of 6. Do this once, then repeat. 3 cycles is sufficient. You'll register it immediately. A subtle shift, as though your entire organism is exhaling alongside you. This isn't your imagination. It's your vagus nerve, the primary communication channel between brain and body, signaling every system to stand down from alert status. Now your brain can genuinely listen again. That's the hidden key to mental clarity. It's not about thinking with greater intensity. It's about teaching your nervous system how to cease its internal conflict. Because once your body registers safety, your mind gains the capacity to restructure itself progressively. Practice replacing a single automatic reaction each day. Instead of frustration, breathe. Instead of self-doubt, declare, "I'm in the process of learning." Instead of rushing forward, pause. These micro moments are how the brain learns a new form of obedience. Not obedience to fear, but obedience to your conscious selection. You are not your thoughts. You are the presence issuing directives to those thoughts. And every time you choose awareness over automatic reaction, you reprogram the living laboratory of your own biology. You generate new synaptic connections, new biochemistry, new energetic patterns. Your brain begins to anticipate calm with the same eagerness it once anticipated chaos. This is how mastery emerges. Not through grand dramatic gestures, but through the tiny, repeated decisions that teach your mind who truly holds authority. So as you navigate your day, hold this truth close. Your brain is listening constantly. Give it instructions worth following. Every thought initiates as a spark, invisible, silent, yet powerful enough to alter the rhythm of your entire physical system. It originates as a faint pulse deep within the neural maze of your brain. An electrical flash leaping between cells, a chemical messenger traveling through your bloodstream, a signal declaring, "This is my identity. This is what I anticipate." You can't observe it directly, but that microscopic electrical event triggers a cascade. Your heart modifies its rhythm. Your muscles either tighten or release. Your breath becomes restricted or expansive. A single thought. That's all it requires to transform your internal climate. When you hold the thought of peace, your brain releases serotonin and oxytocin, expanding your body into warmth and security. When you hold the thought of fear, adrenaline surges, cortisol saturates your bloodstream, and your perception contracts into survival mode. You might not consciously notice, but your thoughts are perpetually sculpting the biochemistry of your existence. They're constructing invisible pathways between your consciousness and your physical form, instructing every cell on how to behave. This isn't metaphor. It's physics. It's biology. It's the silent science of energy in constant motion. The tragedy lies in how most people remain completely unaware of this inner mechanism. They treat their thoughts like ambient noise, inconsequential, harmless, random static. But nothing you think carries a neutral charge. Each thought transmits an electrical frequency, and each emotion that follows carries a magnetic field. Together, they generate the energetic blueprint you radiate outward into existence. If you exist in continuous self-doubt, that frequency ripples outward, and life begins reflecting it back through experiences, people, and situations that validate what you internally believe. It's not that the universe is penalizing you. It's that the universe is responding to your broadcast signal. The mind functions as the transmitter, The body functions as the amplifier. Whatever you consistently emit, consciously or unconsciously, is what reality eventually mirrors back. Consider how effortlessly one anxious thought can multiply. You wake feeling slightly unsettled. Then you check your device, encounter a message, and feel tension rising. That tension colors your vocal tone, influences your interactions, and by midday, you're surrounded by a world that appears stressful. But it originated as a single pulse, one tiny spark that set your inner frequency to chaos. This is how mental noise transforms into physical depletion. It's why a day consumed by worry drains you more severely than a day consumed by work. Because thought consumes energy. The brain operates on electricity, and chronic negative thinking burns through it faster than you can restore it. We inhabit a society addicted to overthinking. We've made productivity sacred, but our neurons pay the cost. Every unnecessary worry, every harsh judgment, every mental replay of the past. It's all electrical current short-circuiting your vitality. The result? Mental exhaustion, emotional numbness, physical heaviness. You cannot create new possibilities while your energy is being consumed by your own unconscious thinking patterns. But what if you could reverse this process? What if instead of thoughts draining your energy, they could recharge it? The same mechanism that collapses your energy can expand it, because energy follows focus. When you think deliberately, not with anxiety, but with clarity and genuine emotion, you begin transmitting coherent electrical signals through your nervous system. Your brain ceases firing chaotically and begins pulsing in synchronization with your heart. That synchronization is called coherence. It's the moment your thoughts and emotions reach agreement. And when they do, you generate a measurable electromagnetic field surrounding you. A frequency of harmony that other people can literally sense. You've experienced this before. You enter a room where someone is centered, and without a single word, you feel safe. Or you step into a space charged with tension, and your body immediately stiffens. This is energetic communication, the silent dialogue of frequencies between living systems. Your nervous system is simultaneously the broadcaster and the receiver in that exchange. So the question isn't whether you're radiating energy. The question is, what quality of energy are you transmitting? Every thought carries a vibration, and that vibration tunes your reality. When your inner music is discordant, you exist in dissonance. When it's harmonious, everything surrounding you begins to align. You can initiate this energetic shift immediately, not by forcing positive thoughts, but by creating emotional coherence. Try this now. Sit quietly for 60 seconds. Close your eyes. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe slowly. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now bring into your awareness one thing that generates genuine gratitude. Not something grandiose, something simple and authentic. A moment of laughter, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the breath you just drew. As you focus on that feeling, you'll notice your breath naturally deepens. Your shoulders release. The space around you feels slightly more expansive. That's coherence. Your heart's electromagnetic field is synchronizing with your brain. Your nervous system is shifting from survival mode to creation mode. The more frequently you practice this, the more your brain learns to prefer this state. It begins releasing chemicals of repair instead of stress. Your immune system strengthens. Your perception expands. You start perceiving possibilities where previously you saw only problems. You stop reacting and start responding. Every time you enter this state, you're teaching your brain a new rhythm, one based on harmony, not defense. This is the authentic power of thought. Not to control the external world, but to master the energy within. When you become calm, your environment begins to reorder itself. People treat you differently. Opportunities flow with greater ease. It's not coincidence, it's resonance. The external begins matching the internal frequency you've been cultivating. If this understanding is shifting something in you, take a moment now to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Not just to stay informed, but to stay in this frequency of conscious awakening. The secret of transformation isn't in thinking harder, it's in feeling deeper. Because the universe doesn't respond to the words you speak, it responds to the energy you embody. When you think clearly and feel gratitude simultaneously, you broadcast coherence, a frequency that reorganizes chaos into order. You stop being a reactor within the world and become a transmitter of balance. Your thoughts no longer drain your energy, they generate it. They become living currents reshaping the substance of your reality. And you'll begin noticing something subtle yet profound. The world no longer feels random. Your days start unfolding with a quiet intelligence. Synchronicities appear. The right people, the right words, the right moments. They begin arriving effortlessly because you're no longer attempting to control the energy around you. You're simply becoming it. That's the shift from chaos to coherence. From thought as noise to thought as creation. There exists a type of exhaustion that no amount of sleep can resolve. You wake feeling depleted, not because your body didn't rest, but because your mind never ceased its activity. Even in your dreams, it was occupied solving problems that don't exist, replaying moments that have already dissolved, worrying about futures that haven't materialized. This is the concealed fatigue of the modern human being. Neural depletion. It happens quietly, like a background frequency you barely register. At first, you don't notice it. You simply start losing your vitality. Your patience contracts. Your focus becomes unstable. And even beauty feels slightly beyond your reach. Your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's simply overwhelmed by the noise. Thoughts have been firing continuously, without respite. You've been existing with the mind switched on, but never experiencing silence. We inhabit a world that worships velocity. Productivity has become a religion, and silence a forgotten practice. The brain, however, was never designed for perpetual motion. It was designed for rhythm. Periods of activity followed by intervals of stillness. That's how it consolidates memory, restores chemistry, and clears the neural pathways congested by constant stimulation. Every time you scroll, check, react, respond, your neurons fire like sparks in an electrical storm. Initially, that storm feels alive, even exhilarating. But over time, it burns through the brain's energy reserves. You begin experiencing neural fatigue, the inability to think with clarity, the sense of fog behind your eyes, the loss of joy in things you once cherished. It's not weakness, it's depletion. The mind consumes approximately 20% of the body's energy. Every thought costs fuel. Every worry drains voltage. Every emotional replay keeps the nervous system illuminated like a city that never darkens. And when the circuits become overloaded, the body transmits warning signals. Irritability, anxiety, forgetfulness, fatigue. We label them moods, but they're actually messages. The brain's way of whispering, "Please give me space." But we rarely listen. We interpret silence as wasted time. We interpret stillness as laziness. so we fill every gap with noise. And in doing so, we starve the brain of its most essential nutrient: quiet. What if silence isn't the absence of activity, but the reset mechanism of the mind? What if instead of fearing stillness, you could use it as a medicine? Here's what neuroscience reveals. When you close your eyes and withdraw attention from the external world, your brain enters a mode called the default network. It's the system that organizes memories, solves complex problems, and integrates emotion into wisdom. But it can only function when you stop flooding your mind with noise. Silence isn't empty, it's intelligent. It's the space where your neurons synchronize, where chaotic brain waves begin forming coherent patterns. In that state, your prefrontal cortex, the region of your brain responsible for clarity, vision, and higher reasoning, reclaims leadership from the emotional brain. The fog begins lifting. The nervous system cools. Your inner rhythm returns. The absence of thought transforms into the presence of awareness. And awareness is the authentic rest your mind has been craving. Let's make silence practical. You don't need an hour. You don't even need 10 minutes. You only need 60 seconds. This is the 1-minute reset, a simple ritual that retrains your nervous system to relax on command. Pause. Wherever you are, a desk, a bus, a kitchen, stop for 60 seconds. Close your eyes. Let the external world fade. The moment you turn your attention inward, your brain begins shifting from high-frequency beta waves, alertness, to slower alpha waves, calm focus. Breathe through your nose slowly. Count to 4 as you inhale. Hold for 2 counts, and exhale through your mouth for 6. Imagine you're releasing static, electricity from your mind. Feel the space behind your eyes. That's the center of awareness. Simply notice the sensations there. The tingling, the light, the stillness. Don't think. Observe. When thoughts appear, don't resist them. See them as clouds passing through the sky of your mind. You are the sky, not the weather. After 60 seconds, open your eyes. You'll feel a subtle difference, as if your brain just took a deep breath. Do this once in the morning, once midday, and once before sleep. 3 minutes total. That's all it requires to begin retraining your brain to rest instead of react. Within days, you'll notice sharper focus, deeper sleep, and an almost invisible calm that accompanies you into every situation. Because silence isn't escape, it's alignment. It reconnects your awareness to the body's intelligence. It teaches your brain to stop searching and start listening. Neural fatigue isn't cured by caffeine or willpower. It's healed by rhythm, the sacred balance between sound and stillness, thought and awareness, doing and being. Every time you enter silence, you allow your mind to reset its circuitry. The brain's electrical storm quiets, its waves synchronize, and you begin touching the deeper current underneath the noise. A stillness that feels alive, awake, and vast. That silence is not emptiness. It's intelligence resting in itself. It's the field where creativity is born, where intuition becomes audible, where peace stops being an idea and becomes a presence. The truth is, you don't find silence. You remember it. It has always been there, waiting beneath the layers of mental movement. Once you rediscover it, you'll begin realizing that clarity, focus, and vitality don't come from doing more. They come from doing less, from giving space for the mind to breathe, from allowing stillness to do what effort never could. Restore you to coherence. Every emotion leaves an imprint. You may forget the event, but your body doesn't. It remembers the tone of the voice that wounded you, the tension of an argument, the weight of words that made you feel diminished. It remembers the thrill of love, the spark of inspiration, the calm of being truly seen and understood. Each of these moments carries a chemical signature. The brain transmits the signal. The body stores the response. Over time, these emotional imprints become the language your cells speak in silence. They dictate how you breathe, how you carry yourself, how you perceive the world. When you say, "I just feel this way," it isn't imagination. It's memory, a physiological echo repeating itself until it's consciously rewritten. Here's the dilemma. Most people don't realize they're living in the past. They wake each day carrying the same emotions they fell asleep with: anxiety, resentment, guilt, regret, believing they're responding to the present when in truth they're reliving an old script written long ago. The mind remembers narratives. The body remembers the feelings those narratives created. And unless you consciously intervene, those feelings loop endlessly, turning experience into repetition. That's why even after changing your environment, you can still feel trapped within yourself. Why new opportunities feel strangely familiar. Why identical conflicts keep finding you. Why peace seems like something that happens to other people. It's not fate, it's programming. The emotional body is operating on stored data, reacting faster than the conscious mind can process. Every time you replay anger, the body releases the same biochemistry. Every time you revisit fear, the heartbeat accelerates again. You don't need to be in actual danger. Your body just needs the memory of danger to recreate the sensation. So you exist in a loop of emotional déjà vu. Different day, same vibration. The nervous system becomes addicted to its own chemicals, not because they feel pleasurable, but because they feel familiar. And to the survival brain, familiarity equals safety. This is how pain becomes identity. The body forgets how to exist without the tension it's accustomed to. But what if you could teach the body to remember something different? What if you could replace that old chemical symphony with a new one that resonates with the future you're choosing? It begins with a single realization. You are not your emotions. You are the awareness that feels them. The moment you can observe an emotion without becoming it, you've already begun reprogramming the body. Now, what we've explored here is the foundation, the entry point into understanding how your consciousness shapes reality. But this is only the beginning of the transformation. If you're feeling this resonance, if something deeper in you is recognizing this truth, I've created a complete guide that takes you through the entire journey of consciousness mastery. From recognizing the unconscious frequencies that keep you trapped to embodying the master transmissions that create effortless reality. It's called Beyond the Frequencies, a quantum guide to consciousness mastery, and it contains the complete system for becoming the conscious broadcaster of your life. You'll find it linked in the pinned comment below. Here's the paradox. You don't heal emotions by resisting them. You heal them by giving them your full conscious attention. Emotion is energy in motion. It simply wants to complete its movement. When you suppress it, it becomes trapped. When you observe it, it dissolves naturally. So instead of asking, "How do I eliminate this feeling?" ask, "What is this feeling attempting to teach me before it leaves?" Each emotion carries intelligence. Anger reveals where your boundaries were violated. Sadness reveals where your heart still remembers love. Fear reveals where you've disconnected from trust. The key isn't to suppress emotion, but to liberate it from the body through awareness. Here's a practice to begin reprogramming the emotional body. The observation ritual. Find a quiet place. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Step 1. Name it. Bring to mind a feeling that's been heavy lately. Tension, anxiety, sadness, anything. Don't run from it. Don't analyze it. Simply name it as if greeting it. Fear, anger, grief. Step 2. Locate it. Where does it reside in your body? Your chest, your stomach, your throat? Place your hand there. Feel its temperature, its shape, its density. Step 3. Allow it. Give the emotion permission to exist. Breathe into it without judgment. Say silently, "You are allowed to be here." You'll notice that as you stop resisting, the feeling begins transforming. It might intensify, shift, or soften. That's energy moving. Step 4. Listen. Ask the emotion quietly. What are you attempting to show me? You may not receive words. You might receive an image, a memory, a simple knowing. Trust it. Step 5. Transform it. Now breathe in through your heart and imagine the breath as light. Soft, radiant, golden. With every inhale, let that light flow into the area where the emotion was stored. With every exhale, release what no longer belongs to you. Do this for 1 to 2 minutes. When you open your eyes, notice the shift. It's subtle but real. The body feels more spacious, the mind quieter, the energy lighter. This is how reprogramming occurs, not through suppression, but through awareness and release. The more you practice this, the more your body learns a new baseline. Peace stops feeling foreign. It starts feeling normal. You begin attracting experiences that match that internal tone. You stop replaying the old narrative and start composing a new one. Your body isn't your enemy. It's your most loyal student. It learns what you teach it, and it repeats what you rehearse. If you rehearse tension, it memorizes defense. If you rehearse gratitude, it memorizes expansion. The body follows the emotional pattern you practice most consistently. That's why healing isn't about discovering new ideas. It's about feeling new emotions. You can't think your way into peace. You must feel your way there. When you sustain a calm emotion long enough, your chemistry begins matching it. Your cells respond. Your energy reorganizes. And suddenly, the future doesn't feel distant. It feels familiar, as if you've already lived it. That's the sign your body and mind have finally reached agreement. You've taught your body to believe in a new reality. The emotional past dissolves. The energetic future begins. Every breath you take with awareness is a small act of liberation. Every time you choose to observe instead of react, you're telling yourself, "We are safe now." That's how transformation begins, not by fighting emotion, but by becoming conscious within it. If you felt a shift happen within you during this process, drop a comment below and share what's changing for you. What old pattern are you letting go of? What new frequency are you choosing to embody? Your words become part of the collective field, and they amplify the transformation, not just for you, but for everyone who reads them. Change doesn't initiate with revelation. It initiates with repetition. The most powerful transformations aren't born in temples, retreats, or sudden breakthroughs. They begin in kitchens, at desks, at traffic lights, in those quiet, ordinary moments where you decide to do one thing differently than you did yesterday. That single act, taking a conscious breath, choosing gratitude, drinking water slowly, sitting in silence instead of scrolling. It may appear small, but to your brain, it's everything. Because the brain doesn't change through ideas, it changes through evidence. It waits for you to prove again and again that the new path is safe. Every micro-habit you repeat becomes proof. Every small action whispered consistently tells your neurons, build this, strengthen this, keep this. The extraordinary grows from the microscopic, and in that invisible repetition, your future self begins taking shape. The reason most people never transform is not because they don't know what to do. It's because they underestimate the power of the small. They chase massive shifts, dramatic moments, instant results. They start strong and fade fast. The nervous system, overwhelmed by drastic change, snaps back to the old baseline, to the comfort of what's familiar. Neuroscience calls this homeostasis, the body's desire to remain the same. When you flood it with excessive novelty, it resists, not out of malice, but out of protection. That's why resolutions fail, why diets break, why habits don't hold. The body is simply attempting to return to what it knows. But here's the paradox. Your brain will always fight massive, sudden change, yet it will obey consistent, gentle repetition. Small steps are how the brain learns trust. Small steps are how you bypass the guard of the subconscious. If you tell the body, we're becoming someone entirely new, it panics. If you whisper, let's breathe differently for just a minute,